Alright. Alright, here we go. How we doing? How we doing? Let me just get this set up here quickly. Okay. And then how's that look? It's pretty bright, huh? That's not too bad, is it? Let me see here. Boom. There. Boom. I think I'm gonna remove that. Let me see here. How will we look here? Is this gonna be too bright or no? Sure. Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, the glare. Too bright. Hold on, guys. Let me, just too bright. I'm gonna swap this out quickly. This is kind of like my work light, and then I swap it out for my streaming light. It's awesome. There we go. This will be a lot dimmer. There we go. There. All right. How we doing? What the hell's going on? There we go. Let me move this up a little bit. How's everybody doing tonight? I think this is live stream number 51 or some shit. Something like that. I think number 51, right? Live stream 51. All right. Let's see here. Probably put that something like that, probably. There we go. Oh shit. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just wanted to put the turbo here, the downpipe that I made. So here it is right here. So there it is, all finalized. Ceramic coated. I probably did a couple coats on it and literally baked it 3 different times. So it's pretty good. Good durable finish. Matte black. Got a flex bellow on there, so over there I can have a little bit of flex, but not too much. It's very supportive. And then obviously finalized with some lava wrap. So yeah, it looks nice. And currently, so don't get confused. This engine here is actually, so this engine here's my OG block from 2012. And the block that's getting built right now is my spare block that was the one that's painted black. That was in the car when I was testing everything. So that's at the machine shop right now. That's at the machine shop right now. Hey, how we doing, Yeti? Wait, what happened? Saw a post on Facebook about you and something about the Sidewinder kit from some dude that might have went sour. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, like there's a guy that's so no, I mean the Cam, there's a guy named Cam. He's I gave him some blueprints that I had from an ST that I picked up. It wasn't mine. We bought it. The guy in New York bought it. I picked it up, delivered it to him, and there was a Sidewinder that was on it. It was for sale. I got the Sidewinder for free because I picked the car up in Pennsylvania, and I used dimensions off that, and gave it to Cam. He's gonna do the fucking Sidewinders. He's gonna offer them as a Sidewinder. I've been helping him, guiding him through that. He's gonna do Sidewinders, and then I'm gonna have the lines. Like I'm sourcing the lines through where I get my AN fittings and stuff. So they're gonna be all NHRA approved lines and fittings. He's putting it on his website, and so basically, yeah. I don't know exactly what you were talking about, Yeti, but if that's what you were talking about or not. Hey, Marco Polo, how you doing, man? I got by the way, I got a brand new laptop today. It's like $400. Nothing crazy, but it's definitely way better than what I had. Better processor, has a Windows 11, so it's an AMD Ryzen 7000 series. So yeah, you know, AMD graphics card and all that stuff. So that's a little bit. It's an upgrade. The only thing I don't like about these new ones is you lose the Ethernet cable, like the port. You can't do the Ethernet cable anymore. I'm not really a fan of that, but it's whatever. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me put that down a little bit. So it's a 2.0 block. Wait. No. So we're doing a 2.4. So it's yeah, so Marco Polo, it's a 2.0 block with basically it's the 2.5 kit that Speed Performance has. The only difference is the 2.4. What makes up the 2.4 and 2.5 is literally the size of the piston. So a 2.5 is an 89 millimeter piston. The 2.4 is 88. That's literally that's the difference. It's kind of crazy. So I'm doing the 2.4. So what you need to do for that is you got to have a Duratec 2.5 crankshaft, and then you got to get custom rods and pistons made. So yeah, but I have the specs on the boxes for that. Yeah. And then the 4-port is a Ford Performance, Range Rover Evoque, Jaguar XF 2.0 EcoBoost cylinder head. So it's individual 4-port. You can't make the Mazda Speed 3 4-port work on our cars because the camshafts and shit like that way different. You know what I mean? High pressure fuel pump wouldn't work. Stuff like that. Nah, you're good, man. Everyone gets busy with life. Hey, but yeah, Yeti ST. I was curious on what Facebook posts are you talking about? There was a post on the Focus SD forum that I had made because I responded to Clayton Performance pretty much slandering me. So I responded, and everyone was on my side for it. So, yeah, didn't really turn out too well for Clayton Performance. And I'm not taking the post down either because everybody needs to see the truth. But yeah. So update. Otherwise, we brought the block, everything that we needed to do to get it built. So we're gonna have the machine shop balance everything. So the crank, the whole rotating assembly is getting balanced. Yeah, the one with Clayton. Yeah, so Clayton Performance. If you look at the screenshots, like in order, I was actually sent these screenshots by somebody on Facebook, and I'm not the one that normally posts on Facebook. I don't ever post on the groups. I don't start no trouble. I'm not that kind of person. I don't look for drama or start drama. But when somebody is trying to literally, so what they did, Clayton Performance, I guess it was that Chris guy. He's taken over because Logan's dealing with some issues. So this Chris kid, who I don't even know who the fuck he is, some kid literally in school, started fucking, he literally name dropped me saying that I had a chargeback for a downpipe that I purchased, which, yeah, I disputed the fucking the purchase because I purchased the downpipe, the G series downpipe, the scooter one. I purchased this downpipe in August the 28th, and I didn't bother him until about mid-November, and November rolled around. He said about 5 weeks was the ETA before I bought it. I asked, and so what happened was I disputed it because when I spoke to Scooter, it's all in the screenshots, it's all provided, so you can go back and look at it. So I talked to Scooter, and he says he had no recollection of me even purchasing or he never got the order basically from Clayton Performance. So that means, okay, well, I just waited from August 28th to literally mid-November, and Arch Enemy Scooter didn't even know I had to order. So I felt like I was getting screwed over and scammed. So I fucking did the right thing, within my right is get my money back, filed the fucking dispute through PayPal. And because of that, it somehow ruined their Shopify thing for their company, which I'm not the only person that does that. But anyways, so he basically name dropped me because I did that, which is insane. And then he goes and says, "Oh, I have multiple chargebacks through other companies." It's like, okay, well, prove it. You know. And so, anyways, I made a post on the biggest Focus ST group on Facebook, proving with all the screenshots with Scooter, all of them, Logan, about the whole downpipe situation, and how, you know, you guys have to go check it out. It's honestly, I don't really want to, like, you guys should just go check it out. It's pretty funny, honestly. And check the comment section out. It's actually pretty laid back in terms of, like, everyone was on my side, and a lot of people were actually like, wow, because there's other people that have had the same experience where they paid for stuff and they actually haven't gotten it. And I felt like I was getting scammed or fucked over because I knew for a fact I wasn't going to get the downpipe. So, and then they lied. I guess apparently they said they shipped it out, but if they shipped it out, then for one, I wouldn't have disputed if I knew about it, and two, Scooter never got the order from Clayton, so it was never shipped out because it was never made. You know what I'm saying? You follow me? So, but all the proof, there's screenshots I provided, so nobody could all the people that basically suck Clayton's performance on Facebook, all their people that defend Clayton couldn't defend him because I had so much proof and screenshots. They were basically fucking butthurt. So, yeah, they poked the wrong bear on that one. That's for sure. That's basically what it came down to. So, yeah. You guys go check it out. That was pretty interesting. But other than that, yeah, I never post on Facebook. But that response from me was warranted because I don't need people fucking, you know, bashing my name for... Literally, it's lies. You know what I mean? That's why I responded, because it's a lie. You know what I mean? They're trying to slander me because I've made a name for myself. I've built a community with you guys, and, you know, I outgrew them, if that makes sense. So they're jealous, and they think they can just do that, make up bullshit, fabricate lies, whatever they want to do. And then Scooter actually messaged me and said, "Hey, yeah, I got lied to by Logan, this and that. Logan lied to him about orders." And so, and I even provide that screenshot in the comments about Scooter mentioning that, because he said that Logan had lied about other stuff. So it's pretty interesting. So you guys should go check it out on Facebook. I'm excited to see how yours turns out. Yeah. Just joined an SD forum a couple days ago when I saw one on Facebook. Which one is? Are we friends, Marco? On add me. Okay, so on Facebook I'm WhiteBlurr space ST. So if you want to add me, you can. And then I'll send you an invite or something. But it's literally if you type in Focus ST, or Ford, might be Ford Focus ST, it literally has like 30,000 members. It's the one with the biggest amount of members on it. So, but yeah, I don't really want to put too much attention on it because it's there. It explains everything. I don't have to explain it here. You know, we're here to chill out, talk about car stuff, and, you know, I don't really want to talk about negative nonsense that was made up, and it's all right there. If you guys want to go check it out, you go ahead. So But that being said, I wasn't going to let them fabricate lies and make shit up. So they found out real quick. So but yeah, so appreciate you guys stopping in. And okay, so I want to go over some videos that are coming out. I can probably mention that right now. Hold on a minute. Stream Elements. I gotta log in to Stream Elements too. So let me see here. So some videos that are coming out. I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of what's coming next for videos. So the next one is the JMF intake manifold. That's going to get unboxed. So that would be coming out. When is that coming out? April 17th. So next week. That's a premiere. And then the one after that, that's May 1st. I have it scheduled for May 1st. That is the top 5 mods you must avoid. So basically, it's the opposite of the must-do mods. The top 5 must-do mods. So that's basically the opposite, the top 5 mods you must avoid. And then we have one, well, see, these are videos basically, so I got one for May 1st. Then I scheduled one for June 1st. Just kind of space it out because there's gonna be fillers in between. There's gonna be videos in between. I'm just spacing these ones out because they're not as important. But so June 1st, for example, I just put it there. That one is gonna be like a kind of a new playlist. It's gonna be basically how to set up your Turbo Smart wastegate. You know what I mean? So what I do is I show how I set my wastegate up. And then there's going to be another one a month later, July 1st, for example. But like I said, there's going to be stuff in between. But for these videos, I'm spacing them out a lot. There's one for how to set up the Turbo Smart race port blow-off valve. So the series for these is Big Turbo Prep or Preparation series, kind of. I guess that's what it's called. Let me make sure if I named that right. It is Big Turbo Prep, basically. And I gotta drink some water because my voice is dry right now. Yeah, so Big Turbo Preparation videos. I could just edit the fucking name and call it Big. I might shorten this up here. Big Turbo Prep. Big Turbo Prep. Yeah, prep videos. Yeah, I'll just do that. Videos. Fuck it. Videos. Wait. I just want to edit this quickly here. What is this here? Videos about prepping for Big Turbo. There we go. Boom. 26 edition. There we go. Okay. Now let me open up something here. I gotta open up my stream elements because I don't have it. This new laptop I got, I've had to re-log into stuff. So, yeah, there we go. Boom. Remind me later. Yeah, sure. Okay. Boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that should be okay. So I just added you, bro. I'm different. I'm a different Chris, but I'm whom your Purge burn plugs in and send you the shit. Yeah. I remember your name, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember you. Yeah. You won the spark plugs. You won both that night. That was the 10,000 subscriber giveaway, right? Yeah. It was pretty crazy. Let me go to Facebook here quickly. Sorry, but I just want to kind of get this logged in as well. Anyway, is it? I think it's. Is it this email? Possibly. Let me see here. No. Boom. Well, son of a gun. All right, we'll do this password then. Okay. There we go. We'll check. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I gotta approve this on my device. Hold on 1 second. The stream might cut out for a second. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to fix something there. There we go. Yeah, so we have everything laid out. So I can kind of show you guys if you want. I can show you guys while I'm here. I gotta take the phone off. So we have everything laid out. So turbo, precision turbo. That's a 56.62 with a 105 AR, ceramic coated, so it won't rust or nothing like that. Well, this is also stainless steel, anyways, but it's not polished. It's ceramic coated, but it does look like O.J. Simpson's wheels, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, so my hot pipe, all the stuff I need. So VVTs. By the way, I am running so I'm going to run the EMS VCT lockout for the exhaust cam. So this is the exhaust, or the exhaust cam, the exhaust VVT, VCT, whatever the hell you want to fucking call it. So yeah, so I'm brand new cam bolts. Got some friction washers there. Okay, and then obviously brand new stuff here. So this is my old chain, but I do have a new one right here. We'll see how it is. Brand new timing chain, the solenoids for the VVTs, all the good stuff here. I may end up running my injectors for now. But honestly, I should have. I don't know. I probably should fucking send them to at least have cleaned, I think. Have them cleaned out. So have the pattern checked, you know what I mean? So I probably should do that. We're going to run a 160 thermostat. So we're also running our vacuum pump delete. We are running a ST high pressure fuel pump still. ST injectors. So these are ST injectors. Stock coil packs, obviously. O2 sensors. Molly head gasket. Head gasket. But yeah, that's pretty much like we're getting everything ready. So the block is at the machine shop. Everything's gonna get fucking balanced. It's gonna get board honed. And the hone this time around is actually better because we're using. I bought a MAP performance, MA performance, whatever you want to call it. I bought a MA performance hone plate, so deck plate, hone plate. So that way, there, when they hone it, it's gonna be straight. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be even better than ever has been. So it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I can't wait. And then yeah, so basically I gotta switch everything off this block onto the other one. And so we do have, so anyone that's interested, we do have 2 purge lines left. So these are the purge lines. And we have confirmation that these fuel lines, so these long ones, these are an inch shorter. So these probably wouldn't work, but these are going to be for the OEM high pressure fuel pump. These ones here are going to be for like an XDI or Nostrum. So they're about an inch longer. So these actually do work with, I haven't seen it done on the Nostrum one yet, but I believe that the connector is a 5/8, so it would work. Oh, sorry, not 5/8, 5/16. So the 5/16 connector on the XDI. So basically, for the XDI, we're running, the best way to go about it is running a straight fitting that's quick connect on both ends instead of this 90 that I normally would run on the OEM pump. So these are technically, all of these are for the OEM pump because of how I have it here. But there is somebody with an XDI pump that has made this work. I sent him another line to test out. That would be this, I think it's about the same length, but it's going to be a straight fitting, no 45 here. So over there it can actually adapt easier. And then he's going to send me the old line back that he actually didn't use because he didn't start the car up yet. He connected it, but he didn't actually use it yet. So, but yeah, so there's my blow-off valve I'm using. A little sneak preview. By the way, the best blow-off valve out there. These are fucking amazing. Hands down. There's the fittings for it. I guess still do that. So, but yeah, pretty much it right now. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. I got my daily. So this is my daily. My Toyota Camry. So this is a 2011. I just did a valve cover gasket kit replacement on this because it was leaking. You know, I had an oil leak on the valve cover. So I just did that. That was kind of a pain in the ass because the way the design of the wiring harness is and all that nonsense. But in terms of this goes, we put the clutch line on. By the way, so anyone that has done an upgraded clutch line, highly recommend connecting it directly to right here. That way there, it's basically connected directly to the clutch master cylinder. So I have a JPC clutch line, and what's really nice about it is well, it doesn't have a one-piece fitting built into the line. This is a two-piece, so it's AN. Basically, it's an AN line that's braided, so it's a PTFE line, and it's -4 connected to the fitting right here, which is a stainless fitting. So it's serviceable. It's easy to service. You don't have to replace the line. Say you got a Clutch Masters one. Well, that's a one-piece line. It's trash because when it goes bad, guess what? You got to fucking buy another one. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't take it apart. So, anyways, what I was going to show you guys before we mount this back up. Where is, oh yeah, it's right here. Hold on. I'll just mount this back up and I'll show you. Let me see there. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you the piece that I got rid of on a clutch line that normally you would leave there. So right here. So here's your normal clutch line, right? This is the piece that connects to the firewall, right? So it goes like this. It goes basically like that. So this end right here connects to, this connects to your clutch master cylinder. This gets, there's like a little bracket right here. And then normally you'd hook it up to this. But the thing is, the problem is with that, you still have this restriction right here of the line. This line's smaller than the upgraded line. So yeah, you're running this, and you got rid of the smaller restrictor. But if you want to maximize full potential of the upgrade, you eliminate this fucking section as well and just connect it directly straight back to the clutch master cylinder. And then you eliminate all the restriction, basically, like the line and the restrictor that was built in 2014 up. So, let me see here. I'm gonna put my hoodie back on because it's now cooling down a little bit. It was hot in here, but now it's cooled down. It's down to 72 degrees. It was like 90 in here when we started, so. Oh crap, my timer, did it shut off? No, it did. Wow. Trust this device, absolutely. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Huh. Let me see here. Chris. Okay, yeah. Here we go. I'll just tag you. Hey, Chris, I'll just tag you in it. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll just tag edit. Tag Chris. Boom. There, I just tagged you in it. There you go. And then you can read it and come back and tell us what you think. There you go. Michael, good. How you doing, man? How we doing? Took me a while to get a chance to swap my plugs, but the Purge line has been perfect. Hell yeah. Hey, how you liking the spark plugs? How are you liking the spark plugs? All right. How we doing, Michael? Who wants to be a moderator? Hey, you want to be a moderator, Michael? I can make you a moderator. If you want. That doesn't mean you have to be. You're pretty consistent. Like, you've been here quite a bit, and you've been a member, so I wouldn't mind adding somebody as a moderator. Oh shit, this is all behind. They work great. I have them gapped at 27,000. Hell yeah, that's not bad. They came gapped at 28, so yeah. Yeah, the Turbo Smart, the Gen 5 Raceport Turbo Smart, it's just such a nice fucking blow-off valve. I mean, I've had the tile, too quiet in my opinion. The Turbo Smart has a similar tone as the tile, but it's louder and it's more aggressive sounding. But it's not too loud. It's not like a Boomba blow-off valve, you know what I mean? Whoever ran a Boomba in here, raise your hand, you know what I mean? But as a monitor managing standard, there we go. There we go. Should be good there, Marco. Yeah. So that's good. You're happy with the spark plugs. How do you so because you were running NGKs prior, right? How do you like them compared to the NGKs? Oh, Marco. So I did send you. I tagged you in the post on Facebook. Go check it out, and yeah, let me know what you think. Go check all the comments too. So basically, just go to, like, if you filter it out, go to like all comments so you can see everything. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. But yeah, anybody that's in here, if you guys could drop a like, smash that like button. It'll help out the algorithm, and basically allows YouTube to put us in other people's feeds. So when people are scrolling through, they'll see that, oh, hey, this guy's live. He does Focus SD stuff. And then it allows new people to come in potentially, and then, you know, they could subscribe. It could be somebody brand new, you know what I mean? You just never know. There's so many ST and RS owners out there. I like them, but I think I need to monitor to see for sure. But they feel great, and for sure I'll take a look and just so, yeah, you're good. Yeah. The thing is with the brisk plugs is they perform better, especially for higher horsepower stuff. But if you're mostly like stock turbo, you're probably not going to see a huge difference. The biggest difference is like when you're going big turbo. You know, I mean, it's going to help with stock turbo, and don't get me wrong. But the thing is, like, when people buy NGKs, they typically buy them because they think they're going to last longer than anything else out there, which is generally the case. If you're not like modding the car and it's NA, like NGK plugs are made for NA, you know what I mean? So they're gapped at 45,000 out of the box. So the rutheniums are nice, but the only way I'd run an NGK ruthenium on a Focus ST if it was literally like an upgraded intercooler on it, you know what I mean? And that's it, like nothing else. That's the only time I'd ever run a ruthenium, or I'd run it on like my Camry. I actually put rutheniums in our 6.2 Yukon. So yeah, you know, but that's the thing. That's a NA application. You know what I mean? So it's different. Yeah. So yeah, the rutheniums. Yeah, I mean ruthenium's not bad, and you know it's better than iridium. But the thing is, you don't want to spend money on a ruthenium for this car because it really doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? The Brisk plugs, they're made of silver. They have the electrodes made of silver, so it conducts really nice. It's the most conductive spark plug out there. You know, over copper. You know, silver. So it'll give you a better combustion burn, basically, or a cleaner burning combustion chamber is what I want to say. Would the Brisk you sent me be considered a step colder? Yeah, they are. Yeah. No, all the plugs I gave away that night, there was the one you have should be the YS plugs, which are one step colder, and they're basically comparable. They're a projected plug, so that you can kind of see it protruding the threads. So basically, it's a projected plug. It's similar to what an NGK 6510 is, the iridium, but it's made of silver, so it conducts better because iridium wasn't made for good conduction. It was made to long lasting for an NA vehicle only, though. You know, so yeah, I mean, the plug you have is definitely one step colder. Yep. I wouldn't have given anybody a regular standard plug that was like stock heat range. I wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't do that. Yeah. And like when you go big turbo eventually, which I'm sure you will at some point, those plugs that you have are good for, you know, up to 350 at the wheels anyway. So you're pretty good for a while with that plug. If you want to get another set, go to Summit Racing and then just go in the search bar because Summit Racing is the best to get these through. Go Summit Racing, go to the search bar, type in Brisk RR14YS. And yeah, you just select 4 because they sell them quantity of one plug. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, I appreciate that, Marco, very much. Trust. The thing is, like, I don't ever want to steer anybody wrong. You know what I mean? Whenever I say something, like, I really mean it. I back it by my own word. And hopefully, you know, you guys take my word for granted because like I said, I've owned this car for 13 and a half years. That's 13 and a half years of experience having this car, and I've been through multiple setups, and I've learned, you know, through trial and tribulation and a lot of research on different things. I've learned what works best with which, you know, like, you know, this turbo works better with this setup, you know what I mean? Like that's what I like to do. I like to try different setups out. You know, for me, I felt like the 2.3 setup that I had with the G35 900 RS cylinder head, stage 3 cams, I felt like for a 2.3 build, somebody that wants to make between 450 to 550 all day long, you can do it reliably as long as the engine's built good and can handle it. That's a good turbo. You know what I mean? It won't be maxed out, not even close actually. But the thing is, it'll flow really good. It spools decently. You know, there's some lag to it, but the thing is, it's still like a fucking awesome turbo. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've definitely put in the work. That's for sure. Like, I gotta edit the screen timer on this fucking computer. It's wanting to time out every time if I don't move it. Here, let me see here. Display. Oh, let me see here. Advanced. I'm gonna run. Let me see here. Boom. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Then, and settings. Where is? Hey, Scott Tripper. Hey, brother. Just wanted to stop in, hit the like, say hi, and hope you are having a great day. Cheers. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you hitting the like though. Yeah, helps out a lot, man. Like likes, pretty much like the only thing I'm gonna ask for people to do is like literally just hit the like button. If you want to just listen, you know, you don't have to. It's up to you. Hitting the like button really helps out though, because it draws more people and it lets everyone know like that's subscribed and other people know that basically we're live and you know they could come in. They might have a question to ask or you know a problem or something like that, and you know we'll try to answer it the best we can. So that's what we do these for. We do the live streams to interact with you guys, and yeah, so appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out with me here on a Friday night. I'm sure you could probably do something that's you know better in terms of you know your time probably you know but I appreciate you guys being here. I gotta still adjust that. I didn't go through, so I gotta adjust my timer for my, so I got a new laptop and I need to adjust the display time. hmm. Let me see here, let me let me see here, boom boom boom. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Turn my screen off after. Nah, I'm not doing that. What the fuck? We'll do 1 hour. Aim at device. No, no, definitely not. Yeah, 1 hour is good. Let me see. On battery. Plugged in. Boom, boom, boom. That should be good. Energy saver. Battery usage. Yeah. So if you guys are wondering what kind of laptop I got, It's an HP laptop, nothing crazy. It's more of a gaming laptop. It was at Walmart. It's actually a really good deal. Hey, it doesn't matter, but curious, are you just a Focus fanboy or do you have a business dealing with STs? No, I'm not a Focus fanboy. I've owned my Focus ST like ever since they came out. So they first came out in 2012, and I've owned my white one, the WhiteBlurr ST, since 2012. I special ordered it September. They built it in October, and I received it in November. Yeah, I'm definitely past a fanboy, that's for sure. No, yeah, I live and breathe this platform for sure. So, yeah, I'm not your typical Ford Focus YouTube channel. Let's just say that. I'm actually like specialized in this car. So, if you want to say it like that. So, speaking of timers, what are your thoughts on using a turbo timer? Nah, I wouldn't do it. No, you're good. No. I didn't take any disrespect by it. I just wouldn't like that. That term to me is like, someone like by the meaning of fanboy, I would say it's somebody that doesn't own a Focus ST or whatever. They're more of a fan, and they wished they had that car, or they wish, or they may, or you could say they own the car, but they wish they had a big turbo, or they wish they had this done to the car or that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's, I don't know, but either way, like I've had multiple setups with the car. Um, I built a Sidewinder turbo setup that's never been done in terms of the way I've done it. There's Sidewinder turbo kits out there, but the way I did it, nobody's done it like that. So, and what I mean by that, it's a 2.4 stroker for one. So normally they're 2.0. And the Sidewinder is going to consist of, it's a 4-port individual cylinder head. The ST doesn't come like that. And then the Mazda Speed, what's really unique is the Mazda Speed 3 exhaust manifold, which is the Cork Sport one, which has never been even tested or put on a Focus ST to begin with, ever. And I bought it not knowing if it was actually going to fit or not with the firewall. Luckily, it did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be putting the RS cylinder head on there because that would be plan B. Yeah, so. And then I built literally, so I put the engine block in the car, all bare at this time. And you can actually go back, if you go look at the 2.4 stroker build series, you can see. And then I basically pieced together a manifold, like an extension off the manifold for my turbo to sit on the driver's side. The turbo is literally going to be like right here. This is the engine, that's the turbo. So there it is right there. This is a downpipe. So this is an extension of a downpipe that I made. I literally created this. And then I just had my welder weld it together. But I had to piece it together one piece at a time because the welder couldn't come to my garage because, for one, I don't have enough power out here. And two, it's just, that's the way we had to do it. I had to piece it together. Like, nobody helped me design it. I literally did everything. Like, I bought some pieces, had it cut, made it work, and I bought a couple more pieces to make it work. That's kind of what I had to do, But yeah, this is it. This is an extension. So this connects to the turbo. Your flex bellow, so that way there, absorbs vibrations. So there's no cracking. That'll happen. And then this it literally goes like this. This will connect to the OEM style downpipe, but that was modified and put a V-band on there. And that way there I can move it like this. But yeah, so it's pretty neat. So that right there allows me to run my factory exhaust setup instead of hood dumping it like, you know, probably most of the people that basically own a Sidewinder hood dumps it, and I didn't want to do that. So have you added an LSD? Yeah, I did. Back in 2018, we added a M Factory LSD, and we also did carbon synchros. The I think it's called Synchrotech or some shit like that. Really ignorant with STs and front-wheel drive in general. Also, if you track your car. So the last time I brought it at the drag strip, it was stock engine. My clutch was still stock, and it was actually on its way out. Because I'll give you an example. So when I did my first pass, I don't drag race normally, but I know how to shift really good. It's just the launching aspect of it. It is tough to launch a front-wheel drive car with no good tires. I literally launched it with like whatever the idle RPM is. Like it was, I think, 900 at the time. So I idle launched it. I had Riken Raptor street tires, okay, which aren't nothing special. They're like a $70 tire at the time. I had 3/4 tank full gas, no rear seats. I had the M Factory differential just installed though, and 71.63 EFR, 23 pounds of boost, 360 at the wheels, 350, something like that. Water math for cooling. And it ran a 12.8 at 115 miles per hour at a quarter mile, 2.3 60-foot time. So, that being said, so when I went and did that first, I just wanted to see what I could run. That first pull, the last time I did a drag race pull was in 2015. So 4 years, not even, 3.5 years. I haven't done one drag race or whatever, the drag strip. And so, yeah, I mean, but I went down, spun first and second, and then obviously hooked up in third, and it just zipped right down the track. But like I said, that's only 360 at the wheels. It's nothing crazy. But the M Factory differential really helped with just putting power to the ground, because in 2015 I had the same setup from 2015 to 2020 with that same turbo stock engine, because I went big turbo for the first time in 2015. In 2015 I was running like 13.2 at 111, roughly the same 60-foot time. But like I said, I didn't have slicks on it or nothing like that. But yeah, the M Factor differential really helped out, and I think taking out the rear seats, but the tune, nothing else changed. You know, okay, let me see here. Could you do a V-band clamp on the flex section or replace if needed and aid? Yeah. So what? Oh, okay. No, you can't do it. You're saying like right after the flex section. So what I did, I modified the CV Fab downpipe. I literally had it cut right before the rear O2 bung for the O2 sensor, the rear or post cat O2 sensor. I had it cut right to there so I can utilize it. I had a V-band, that's a universal V-band from Ace Race Parts, welded onto it. That way there I can move it like this. I had to have it cut back, and then that way there I can clear the firewall, because it's going to flex like this, and it's going to connect to that V-band right there on the other side. Don't blame front-wheel drive people for not really being into the drag racing. I mean, listen, I love drag racing. It's in my blood. I definitely want to beat my time personally. But yeah, I mean, if you go back on my 2.3 series, like here, I'll show you a link since you're kind of new to here. I'll show you when I was at 560 at the wheels, for example. Here, I'll show you a video link on it, and you can look at it. See what your thoughts are. I was spinning in third gear with that, and sometimes I'd spin in fourth because I didn't have good tires. Like I would need slicks to grip. You know what I mean? Which is fine. It's whatever. But you know, I just didn't get any slicks. So it's fucking ridiculous. These cars at 500 plus will beat a fucking Hellcat, like no problem. Not from a dig, obviously, but unless you had fucking tires. But I'll show you. Share them link. There we go. But from a roll, yeah. Let me see here. So 560, and a lot of people have already seen this. POV. Here it is right here. But for the new people that haven't, there you go. That's just my 60 to 130 right there. I never did a time because I don't really do that nonsense. I don't do a draggy and all that crap. I don't really care about that. It's just numbers, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. So, okay, so is there a greater risk to 2.0 engine launching in the quarter? I've been nervous about pulling too hard from a dead stop. See, when I did that 12.8 quarter mile, I didn't even like rev it up. Like I was starting off with an idle, I called it an idle launch. You know what I'm saying? Not going to be releasing it yet. Perfecting the manifolds so the customers get the highest quality product. Don't want to rush it. Hell yeah. Is the website up, or are you you could, because you could still, people could still look at it, but just not allow it to be ordered yet, like a pre-order, obviously. Must be your guy. So how you had it welded, he probably had the angle too high up for the turbo or something. Yeah, that was okay. So Scott, that's 27 pounds of boost on a G35 900. RS cylinder head swap, 2.3 stroker. So what that means for our cars is running a forged steel crank from the Focus RS, which is the all-wheel drive one version of it. You know, the ST basically. It had boost line rods and then Molly pistons, which I still have right over there. And what happened to that setup? Well, I had an ARP crank bolt, you know, harmonic balancer bolt, whatever you want to call it. It came loose, and you know, because I reused it multiple times. Well, from what I've found out, the ARP cam bolts, the crank bolts, actually can't handle that much power anyway, because they're not torqued down much. 150 foot-pounds compared to the OEM is 218 total. So big difference. I believe really it's the washer. It's not so much the bolt that ARP uses, it's the washer itself. This is now live. Hell yeah. The site is live. Let me look that up again. What is it? What is the site called again? I forgot. Focus mods. Oh, fuck, I forgot. I'm so horrible at remembering shit. It was the angle going to make another, now that we know. Yeah. You probably had it a little too high to begin with, or something. Something must have happened there, like with some angle. Yeah. With the pictures I had, I mean, it's hard to still go by that, but yeah. It's all good. You know, you're testing shit out, so you know. Oh, well, let me just do this. Let me see here. The 90 by the wastegate is slightly angled too much upwards. Yeah. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah. See. Okay. So, I guess I could have told you, but I don't know how much angle you have, but I believe on the kit for the blueprint, that was like straight flush. That 90 for the wastegate on the corner, it was flush. And then when it came to the short radius 90 for the turbo was probably angled, I don't know, 20 degrees or something, 30 degrees maybe. You have such a passion for your car. It's the first choice, but it's your first. But what would your second choice for a project build fun car? Man, I mean, I listen. I like the R34. Obviously, can't afford it. GTR R34 is probably my favorite all time car. You know, as of a lot of people is. You know, but you know, Supras are nice. I thought about buying a B58 Supra at one time, but then I'm like, yeah, it's just way too much money. And what if something happens with the engine and I just can't afford to do all that? And I can't really, I don't know if I could be capable of working on a car like that because it's just so complicated. There's so much nonsense. And for me, the Focus ST is so easy to work on. And I've never been a mechanic in my life. I just learned about cars a lot. Like 90% of what I know about cars is from owning this car here for the last 13 and a half years. Um, so, but I mean, the new Supra is nice. But you know, um, I mean, what kind of car do you have? That's the real question. What do you have? What do you own? What do you like? Let me see here. What is it? What's the site going? Focus mod. Oh, isn't it Focus? Is it Focus? No, it's Focus. Um, what is the name of the website, Cam, again? What is it called again? What was it called again? The website? Over there, I can drop a link in here because YouTube won't allow people to drop links in the chat, so I have to be the one doing it. It's just I can't do nothing about that. That's just the way it is. But it's Focus Performance Mods, ain't it, or something? Performance Mod? No. No, it's not it. I fucking forgot. 05 Silverado, hell yeah, that's awesome. 5.3, I'm assuming. Regular cab. Oh, if you have a supercharged, it's probably a 4.8, right? You probably have the 4.8 because that's the better one, the supercharged, because of the bore. Lowered 4x4, hell yeah. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Is that your daily, or is that just kind of like your summer car? Or where are you at roughly in the United States? I'm in fucking Vermont. I think second choice for me would be a C5, C6. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, Corvettes are nice. I mean, there's a lot of cars. Hey, listen, I like a lot of cars. I mean, old cars. I love old cars too. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My grandfather had a 72 Nova. You know, he used to drag race 55 Chevys back in the day. 2018 RX or 14? I mean, that's up to you, honestly. It depends, like, I don't know. I'd get the Focus ST personally, but it's just way better to work on, I feel like, than a boxer engine, but um, that is up to you. If it's a WRX, isn't it gonna be the fucking what is it? What's that engine called? The LA no LF no. What is that new fucking boxer? You got the two four is the new one, right? And then the 2.0 is the other one. What the hell was the code name for that fucking thing? It also, if the WRX has a manual, then yeah, that'd be a better option. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say it's better than Focus ST, but depends on what's wrong with the ST. The WRX, if it's a manual, yeah, sure, then it'd be decent buy. But don't get it if it's got a fucking paddle shifter or a CVT transmission. You don't want no CVT transmission at all. Oh, you got 5.3? No shit. Summer truck, but daily driven in summer. 300,000? No shit. So we have a Yukon Denali. It's a 2014 with a 6.2 L94, I think it is, for that. So yeah, that's got 100,000, something like that. But yeah, welcome to the channel, Scott. Welcome, Katie or Kat, whatever. I can call you Kat, I guess, if that's all right. North Dakota. Oh yeah, I'd probably choose an ST over if you want it all drive. Well, all-wheel drive is gonna be the Focus RS. The ST is front-wheel drive, but yeah, even a WRX, like that's the thing with a WRX, you got to worry about building the engine almost instantly because you have to, like, if any mods you put to it, you're almost worrying about the engine automatically. Where the ST, like shit, I went 30,000 miles with a big turbo on the ST, no problem. And then, I messed with the setup a little bit. It was my fault. Testing things out with the compressor housing, and my boost solenoid wasn't seeing boost reference, and it fucking overboosted and caused my cylinder 1 to lose compression. And that's my OG block right there. That's 2012, So there's nothing wrong with the block. That's the same block that was in the 2.3 setup as well. So I ran the 2.3 setup with that block. But yeah, I have a spare block that I'm actually running the 2.4 in because I don't want to keep ruining this block because it's my OG block. So what I'm going to do with this one here is probably build the fucking 2.0 engine and put an RS head swap on it. So it'll be like the ultimate 2.0 build. You know what I'm saying? Like when my fucking 2.4, if say something catastrophic happens with the 2.4 setup, right? Well, then I could swap the 4-port on this or do an RS head swap. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping the 2.4 setup lasts for a while. Like, honestly, I hope it lasts at least 5 years. But, because that setup's not going to get boring by all means. But yeah. I would pick the 2014 ST, though, Cat. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of biased, but I also know a lot about these cars. And if you compare it to a WRX, I mean, I know people that have owned WRXs. You have to do a lot to them. You have to spend a lot of money to get to the equal amount of horsepower you would have to do in an ST. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. you know, there's less moving parts in an ST. So my buddy has an ST2. Had a downpipe intercooler, full exhaust, ran it hard as fuck all the time. I think traded it in with his 80,000, zero problems. Tuned like 1 week into buying it. No shit. Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing really, and this kind of goes for all turbo vehicles, like one of the first modifications that you should do automatically, even if it's already got a turbo or whatever. I mean, well, I kind of didn't actually make sense, but you want to throw a fucking upgraded intercooler on it, because that's one of the mods you don't actually need a tune for. It just helps maintain the horsepower and actually regains your horsepower back, because when you have a stock intercooler, you're literally providing like so much heat because you're compressing the hot air from the turbo. You're compressing air, it gets hot. So the stock intercooler is not efficient enough. It heats up, heat soak, and after like 2 or 3 pulls, you're losing a lot of power. So your car won't be making as much versus like, say you put an upgraded intercooler on it. Well, now you've lessened the chance of having engine knock. You've lessened the chance of, any issues with your engine, period. You're going to promote longevity. It's going to be healthier because of the colder charge temps, the colder air going into your engine. Now you're running from 160-degree charge temps to ambient, which is, whatever it is outside, because it's an air-to-air intercooler. And yeah, so that's what you want. You want to run close to ambient as possible, which is the outside temperatures. And if you can do that, then you're doing a good, that's what you want to do. That's your first huge step. I recommend intercooler upgrade over anything. And if anybody, like Scott, if you know anyone with an ST that wants to upgrade it to an intercooler, or F-150, if they have a 2.7 or a 3.5 or any EcoBoost, go shopcvfab.com and use my code BB5. Any preference on the intercooler? Yeah. Let me provide a link. I was going to say, I have a discount code. I've been affiliated with CVFab, and I don't just provide this because, I do get a little bit of commission off it, but I'm not being a salesperson. I'm literally telling you, like, you should get this intercooler because it's the best fucking bang for your buck for any intercooler out there. You'll be the last intercooler that you install on the ST, because you won't have to be like me and get a Cobb intercooler, then get this other intercooler, and then get that intercooler, multiple intercoolers. You know what I mean? You're spending thousands of dollars. Get this CV Fab intercooler and you're set for, unless you hit a fucking moose or a deer or something like that, you know what I mean, and destroy your whole front end. But other than that, you're good for 700 horsepower. You know what I mean? It's rated for 670. So here, I'll give you a link. But yeah, highly recommend the CV Fab intercooler. It's 4.5 inches thick. It's perfect. I think it's like 28 inches wide. It's a direct fit intercooler. So you have to delete your active grill shutters, which you want to do anyways on the Focus ST. You want to get rid of, they're basically like grill shutters that close off air. It's so stupid. It's an EPA fucking liberal nut job fucking idea, engineering thing that they came out with. Is so stupid. Let me see here. cvfab.com. And I mean, you can bundle it with charge pipes if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to upgrade the charge pipes right off, but if you want to save a little bit of money, you could get the charge pipes. It's up to you, because bundling it together will save you, I don't know, even more. I mean, I don't know how much more, but for example, though, the CV Fab intercooler is, like I said, it's the most efficient for its size, for one. It's made in the United States. Okay. I've talked to the owner. He gave me all the details back in 2021 before they got like really popular. And yeah, fucking, it's the most efficient for its size. Like I said, it's only $500, but with my code, it's $475 out the door. No taxes, no shipping costs. And you can choose between black and silver. I like the black one personally. I think it looks really nice. The coating that they use is really nice. And all the intercoolers from 2013 2018 for the Focus ST work in terms of fitment. So don't worry about your year. You know. But here, let me here you go. Here is, so CV Fab. Let me just type this in here. CV Fab. Oops. What's going on? CV. Hey, how you doing? 800. CV Fab.com. Use code BB5. And by using that code, you're supporting me and you're also saving money. So it's a win-win for both. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a win-win for both of us, really. And that way there, you go directly through CV Fab. You're getting your lifetime warranty, and you don't have to worry about third-party sellers, and supporting them. You're fucking literally, you're basically, helping me out because I get a commission, but I'm also allowing you to save money because you'll never have to worry about buying another intercooler ever again. You know what I'm saying? It's a one-stop shop type of deal. As far as that goes, it'll be bulletproof. Like, you'll be ready to go if you ever want to build the engine, go big turbo. You never have to worry about it. That's what's nice about that. And like I said, it's made in the United States. It's very efficient. Everything's designed in-house. So a lot of companies, they design their intercoolers, but yet what they do is they source the fucking core from overseas and it makes it basically less efficient that way. Well, what's nice about the CV Fab, and this goes for all their intercoolers, what's nice about them is they're so efficient because they design it by hand in-house and in the end tanks as well. Here's a link directly. So it's going to show their downpipes, which I highly recommend. But I recommend the intercooler first. And then if you want to, I recommend the CV Fab downpipe as well. And the reason why is because their downpipe has a better flex section. Like, it just has a better cage material. Like, it's just a less cheap design versus like that wire mesh shit. Here's that right there. Let me see. Will it pass emissions in Cali? Well, upgraded intercooler, yeah, of course you pass emissions. It's an intercooler. It doesn't matter. Just if you really worry about like the looks of it, just get a black one and they won't even see it. But it's, yeah, of course. It's an intercooler. You can run stage 0. Okay, so here's a good tip for you. I know somebody, and he's probably in here or listening. Javin, his name's Javin. He runs a 2.3 stroker built Focus ST with a G30 770 big turbo, stock cams. This is the kicker. Stock cams, and when he goes to get it emission tested, because he lives in California, he puts it in stage 0 on his Cobb access port. That way there it'll pass emissions, okay? And he just puts his catted downpipe on. But then, okay, if you're worried about if you want to upgrade your downpipe, you would have to go with a high flow downpipe for California because of the fucking, emission nonsense, because they have smog there. But, the intercooler, that's automatic. Don't have to worry about that. It's just literally, it's an air-to-air intercooler. It's all you're doing is replacing the inefficient intercooler, and you're upgrading it to a better, more efficient one. So, That doesn't change your smog. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but if you get a black intercooler, it's gonna look factory. Like they're gonna go in there and oh look at that. But it doesn't say CV Fab on it. Don't get they have an option for stenciling. Don't get the stenciling. If it's all black, it looks factory. You know what I mean? It looks like it belongs there. It doesn't pop out like a catch can or intake setup. Intake fucking upgraded intake setup. Shit like that really pops out, and for someone to really know visually, okay, this is modified. That intercooler from CV Fab, the black one especially, they won't know the fucking difference because trust me, they ain't gonna know. I mean, you know what I mean? They're gonna literally have to go in there with like a magnifying glass to see. And the CV Fab writing on the sides is gonna be covered by the grill in terms of like the sides, so they're not gonna see that. But there's the link right there. So there's the link. You should be able to see it. My guy never questioned, even with the dual catch cans. Yeah, I mean, 800, or I can call you ST10 probably. ST10, like he's saying, it just depends on who you have doing it. Like Vermont, we have to have emission testing done here. We don't have fucking smog. We don't have someone going behind your exhaust pipe and testing your smog. None of that nonsense. But they do plug it in here, like California. I'm sure they do the same thing. OBD reader, and it goes green light if it's. We are allowed 2 not readies here. I think it's 3 now. So 2 not readies allows you to run a catless downpipe as long as visually they don't give a fuck. They don't look at it. But you can run a catless downpipe and be ready because they're allowing now those 2 not readies. Or you get a defouler and it tricks the system. Fuck the EPA. I don't care about them. They're fucking scammers. So that was proven. But save the link for the future purchase. Forgot about the RS intake cover and catch can. Mine passed with those. Yeah, I mean, listen, if yours passed with a catch can, like they're definitely not gonna notice a black intercooler. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking way. It doesn't like stick out in your face like that CPE one that says CPE on it. It's silver, and I don't really recommend the CPE one either because it is a nice intercooler. It's a 5.5. That's more for like people are making like 700 plus. But the CV Fab is going to have you covered. It's going to cover like 99% of Focus ST owners anyways, because most of ST owners that are big turbo are making between 350 and 400, and all the built guys are generally making 450 to 500 at the wheels, and they're happy. They don't want to go past that point, which is, I recommend 450 to 500. 450 to 500 is the most reliable horsepower range for the ST anyways. For us, the EVAP monitor has to be green. Yeah, for us too. I think the EVAP monitor is actually a federal thing. We have to have the EVAP ready no matter what. What else? The EVAP, I mean, usually, okay, I'll give an example. Everything reads ready for my car normally, even with a catless downpipe, it'll read ready. Unless I don't have like the right defouler setup on there, it'll just have the rear O2 sensor not ready. That's it. So catalyst not ready for the O2 sensors, shit like that. But if you put a defouler in there and they're not visually looking to see if it's got a cat, that will trick, because we also can't have like an engine light on, right? So I'm sure it's the same for you. But no engine light no matter what, and then EVAP's ready. Yeah. So but yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. They're not gonna really look at the intercooler. I mean, it would really have to pop out, and the CV Fab one being black, It's actually, it depends on what color your car is too. What color is your car? I mean, the black is gonna blend in no matter what, but if you have like a black ST and it's a black intercooler, like it's totally fucking, you know, uh, camouflaged basically. Um, if it's a white ST with a black intercooler, it still blends in because it looks like OEM. You know what I mean? That's the thing with the black one; it looks OEM. So, you know, when you have the silver colored one, it's like, okay, that looks like it's popped out more. You can kind of see it. Is that upgraded? Well, they don't really know because how are they gonna really know if they don't see a brand on the front of it saying something? You know what I mean? It looks like an intercooler. It's an intercooler. It doesn't change. That's the thing about it. It doesn't change the way your car acts. It does what it does because that's one of the things you don't need a tune for it. You don't have to change calibration on your ECU for an upgraded intercooler. So technically, it doesn't change your smog. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so I wouldn't even worry about it. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's as far as I want to go there. I mean, but yeah, use my code. So when you go, if you add it to your cart and you go to checkout, go to your checkout. Under checkout, you have to. That's where you put the code in. You can't do it ahead of time. And then lately, the CV Fab's been putting their own code. It'll do a pop up of like their own code. Don't use that one because that just all the money that they basically make off it goes 100% to them. Where if you're using my code, you know, I'll be honest, I think I get like $72 for commission for an intercooler, which is pretty nice, you know. It adds up if there's like a few of them sold. Which is, you know, I think it's like 10% of the sale or something. But you guys save money as well. So it helps me and it helps you guys out. So but the thing is, you got to understand too, I would not be affiliated with a company if I didn't believe that their product was like top notch. Okay. I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it to help you guys save money. And also, I'm wanting to support a small business, American made company that I truly believe is the best fucking for intercoolers, downpipes, charge pipes, you know, stuff like that. I've seen it. I've seen tests done. And I just, you know, I put my wholehearted belief, you know, in their stuff. So it's high quality. I mean, you know, they make intercoolers even for the Mustang EcoBoost. Like those are freaking top notch. You know, the fastest EcoBoosts on the planet use CV Fab. So which oil brand do you recommend? I have Motul 81. Okay, well that's another thing. If anybody wants to, okay, so I've ran AMSOIL since day one on my SD. Um, and I've been a, what is it called? The fucking preferred customer through AMSOIL since 2013. And I'll give you an example. I ran 5W30 Signature Series up until 2015 when I went big turbo. And then I switched to 5W50, you know, because it's going to provide better bearing, you know, basically for the bearings on the turbo, they don't like 30 weight oil. Turbos don't like 30 weight oil at all, actually. And whoever says otherwise, they don't know nothing about oil and turbos. So the thing is a 30 weight oil is going to degrade to 20 weight, get fuel dilution and all that shit, right? Especially with E85. Well, when you run a 50 weight, the turbo loves it. Even a 40 weight, 40 or 50, the turbo loves it because you're getting more shear resistance, so metal to metal contact, and you also have better wear protection on those bearings. So on the CHRA. So and not only that, but you get better protection on your bearings and your fucking your car as well. So 540. I ran 5W50 on my stock engine. Yeah, stock stock big turbo, stock 5W50 AMSOIL. And when I tore it apart, so when I lost compression on cylinder 1 because I overboosted because of something I messed with, I tore it apart. The main bearings and rod bearings look like I have pictures on my Facebook. I can show them to you. They look like they were never used. With 46,000 miles, there was not one scratch on any bearing at all. So, and I'm telling you, I did thousands of wide open throttle pulls with that setup. Thousands. That's not an exaggeration. And I didn't beat the fuck out of it. I just, from, you know what I mean? Like from 2012, 2013 to basically 2019 summer is when I lost compression. I did, that's 46,000 miles. I mean, I've been to the drag strip multiple times. You know, I've done multiple pulls, hundreds of races in Mexico, hundreds. You know what I mean? I've raced hundreds of people in Mexico, like, and I've only lost 3 times. 3 times I lost. Twice with big turbo, once with the stock turbo. So the one with the stock turbo was with the Evo. That probably had a little bit bigger turbo, like mid 300s, whatever. And then when I had the 7163 big turbo, I lost to my buddy's VR6 with a, what was it, a Garrett T1, the T60 to 1 turbo. It's just like a journal bearing turbo, but he was pushing a lot of boost. And then I lost to, I think it was a, well, okay, so I lost to that Z28 with 550 horsepower Camaro, Z28, 2013 Camaro. I was with them in 4th gear, but once I hit 5th gear, and the 2.0 doesn't really hold up good here. But there's actually a link. Anybody that's interested, okay, so if anybody is interested in saving 25% on AMSOIL products, it's $20 a year to become a preferred customer. And I'm an independent AMSOIL dealer now. I actually have like, I think it's 12 or 13 people signed up underneath me. So you basically pay $20 for a whole year, and you literally, so your first oil change that you get through AMSOIL, it literally pays for itself the first time around, first purchase. You get that money back. Like you, and every $100 you spend, you're saving, you get a $5 discount code, or $5 coupon code, sorry, rewarded to you afterwards. They also reward you a $5 code for your birthday. There's also rewards for like, you know, codes for magnetic trays or magnetic wands, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so ST10. I've also deleted the lower grill, and even with a silver intercooler, I've never been in a house for it. Yeah, CHP and nothing. You just have to get cool with one of the guys. Yeah, I mean, I feel like with the black one, it'd blend in pretty good though, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But if anybody is interested in the AMSOIL stuff, there is, I can provide the link right here if you want to check it out and sign up. Or I can do it directly over email if it's, because some people have a hard time with the link, like trying to figure out, but I feel like a lot of people have figured it out now. But yeah, I mean, I recommend AMSOIL. I mean, I love it. It's a good shit. And you don't have to run the top dollar like signature series. You don't have to. They have 10W40, which I recommend in built engines up to 500 horse. They have the 1040 XL series, which is the same base stock oil as the signature series, except is this rated for less miles. And obviously, I would not, you know, don't go past 5,000 miles on an oil change on these cars, especially any car. But when you're big turbo, I'd say don't go past, I mean, you can go 5,000 miles if you don't beat on it too much. I would say 3,500 miles on a big turbo stock engine would be pretty nice. Like if you want to keep it fresh, 3,500 miles. You know, you can run the 1040 XL. It's like $10 a quart with a discount. You save quite a bit becoming a member, 25%. So and you get free shipping. So every $100 you spend, you get free shipping. Sometimes they have promos for $70. If you spend 70, you get free shipping, but or $49 too. But every $100 you spend, you get free shipping. Plus, you get $5 coupon for the next time you want to use it. And what's also nice is you can actually stack coupon codes. So say you go copy your code under rewards, copy it, paste it to your where you put your discount code, and then go back and do the other one, and then paste it. It'll stack. They'll stack onto each other. So that's pretty badass as well. Let me see here. The link to sign up is in the description, but I'll copy it. Wait, actually no, it isn't. I thought it was. It's not. Hold on a minute. Let me get the link here. I thought it was. That's interesting. Okay. There we go. Let me get the Amsoil link. Where is that? Become a, yeah, here we go. Boom. I also, yeah, here's another one. Wait, hold on. Let me, was this one? No, it's not good right up. Let me do this one. What's this one? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a good one right there. There's a good one. Okay. I'm gonna share this to you guys, and you guys check it out. Here it is. Boom. Right there. Oh, fuck. So you shop directly. You don't have to use me to order your stuff. So there we go, right there. Boom. There's the link right there. So anybody that wants to check it out, sign up for a year. That's what I recommend. They do have a 6-month option for $10, but I always recommend the year because it's just better. That way there you don't have to renew it as much. But if you want to do 6 months and just try it out, I mean, that's a trial thing. Go ahead. But I recommend my recommendations, and you can actually find it under the community tab. If you scroll down, and you'll see what Amsoil products I recommend. I show the pictures. I highly recommend their DCTF fluid over Motul. I ran Motul DCTF. I had a second year go bad. I had another second year go bad with even the OEM fluid. Ever since running Amsoil, since 2018, since I did the differential and the synchros, but it wasn't a synchro that went bad, it was the gear. Ever since 2018, I have not, and I knock on wood, I have not had one single transmission problem. But that being said, I don't run traditional DCTF fluid either. I run a little bit thicker. I run 7590 Amsoil manual transmission fluid. So it's got a little bit better protection for higher horsepower stuff. But that being said, the DCTF that they provide is actually way better. I've used it. It's like I have a magnet drain plug on not only my oil pan but my transmission. So I judge it by that. See how much metal shavings are on it every time I change the fluid. I change it every year, and you can just tell by doing that. So, what was your message that was retracted, Kat? You didn't have to retract your message. I've also Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you probably weren't beating, like, for me, like, I used to show off a lot running second gear, burnouts and shit, and for some reason, the mole tool and the OEM fluid could not handle it. So, I mean, I mean, I've been to the drag shit multiple times with it, stuff like that, so that didn't help either, but still, like, the combination with, the mole tool or the OEM fluid, and also the combination with, you got short shift linkage, or something that doesn't help. I've ran by the way, if anybody's running a short shift plate on their fucking arm, immediately get rid of it because it's gonna wear out your shit bad, and it's gonna cause your fucking shift cable to snap. Uh, my shift cable snapped in 2014 from a Steeda short shift plate. Immediately got rid of it when I was in the pocket. Before the second gear, I had to hold the clutch a little longer. Yeah, I mean, that right there. So you pretty much have. So for me, when my second gear started going bad, it kind of have a little clickiness to it, and it engage. And sometimes if it pops out, that's the gear. But it go in, and or it'd grind a little bit. You'd have to rev it up and then get it in engaged. I went without a second gear for like 4 years so basically 2016 to 2018, I went without a second gear because Ford wouldn't fix it. I actually, believe it or not, went through 2 transmissions. So my first transmission, second gear. The second transmission was bad from the factory. It had a bad final drive. It was whining, making noises. So they replaced that, and they said, "Oh, the third one they're not going to cover," which makes no sense because it was not my problem. It was not my fault on the second one. The first one was literally stock turbo, so it was kind of crazy. But yeah, so I just put 2 and 2 together, and ever since I ran AMSOIL in the transmission, never had a problem. So yeah, I'm sure the mole tool is better than OEM, but it's still an OEM spec fluid. You know what I'm saying? So it might just be a placebo thing, honestly. But if it's improved, that's good. That's good to see. Bro, I lost third gear. I had one of those cheap Amazon short. Oh no! I threw in the trash so fast. Now I get the honor of building my trans with new synchros, forks, and an LSD. Hell yeah! Yeah, it's unfortunate that you had to learn the hard way, but yeah, that's okay. So this is another thing. If you guys want to like promote longevity on your first and second gear, the second gear seems like it's probably the weakest of them all. Personally, I think that's what it is. I just really believe that. Avoid downshifting into second and first gear unless you really have to. Like if you're in the city and you're cruising, you gotta go from third to second, no big deal. But if you're coming to a stop sign and you're going like 40 miles an hour, you're coming to a stop sign, you gotta slow down. Downshift from fourth to third, and then when you're coming to your stop, put it to neutral and just use your fucking brakes. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it in second gear because that's gonna wear it out more too. You don't want to use second gear to slow your car down. You know what I mean? Or first gear. Those first and second are the weakest, especially second gear. But yeah, I think well, that's probably how many. Okay, so this is a good question. How many miles was on it until you switched to mole tool? So at the point that you changed, because technically, like this goes for any manual transmission car. It's supposed to be 20 to 30,000 miles for a transmission fluid change. Anyway. And by the way, if you guys want to run a magnetic drain plug like I do, I'll give you guys a thread size. Highly recommend just get the fucking Mishimoto drain plug, and the reason is is because you don't want a drain plug that uses the normal washer. You want one that's got a dowty. They call it a dowty washer. So it's got a rubber built into the washer, and it seals really nice. 98,000 fucking miles. God damn. Okay, well that's why. Yeah, that's definitely bad. That's pretty fucking bad. It's supposed to be 20,000 miles, like minimum. Minimum, maximum. Well, not really minimum. There's no minimum really. But, you know, 30,000 miles at least. Jesus Christ. You know, on an automatic transmission, you know, 30 to 40,000 miles is where you want to, if you want to really take care of it, 30 to 40,000 miles on an automatic. A manual is 20 to 30. If you're running higher horsepower in these cars, I would say do it every fucking 10 to 15,000 miles if you're dailying it. If you're not dailying it, I would say fucking do it like I do. I change my spark plugs every spring religiously. With my oil, and I'll also do my transmission oil as well, transmission fluid. I do it all, one shot. That way I'm ready to go for the season. It's fresh shit. Everything's fresh. I know I don't have an excuse. So if something goes bad, then I know, okay, well, it's not because I fucking didn't change my plugs, or it's not because I didn't change my oil, this and that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? My shift tower was leaking, so I'm thinking either fluid ran too low or something, because it was so random. Yeah, that's actually known to happen, though, the shift tower leak. So the way to fix that is you remove it, clean it up on the base, and then just put some gray, ultra gray RTV on the bottom of it, and then just, you know, tighten it down. I use multiple. I might just go with AMSOIL, Royal Purple. Yeah, AMSOIL is definitely the way to go, I think, honestly. Royal Purple was like good 15 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Not so great anymore, honestly. It's kind of like this, it's not really even a good oil anymore, honestly. It's not. The only thing that Royal Purple makes that's halfway decent is, well, they don't really even make it. It's just their brand, is the fucking oil filters. But their oil filter was comparable to like the Fram Endurance oil filter or the Wix XP, something like that. But believe it or not, the Fram Endurance, because I don't ever recommend Fram Endurance, like Fram at all, but the Fram Endurance oil filter was actually made by the same company that made the AMSOIL oil filters. And I think the company that's making those filters fucking went out of business, because I think a lot of the AMSOIL filters are now not being made. So it's not just the Endurance filters not being made, it's the fucking AMSOIL ones, I think. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it seems like, because there's some that are not in stock that they aren't able to get anymore. So that being said, another good option would be like a Wix XP, or a Mobile One filter. Those are good. You know, Mobile One 209A. It's a little bit bigger than a FL400S, which, by the way, Motorcraft filters are trash. Don't run them. They don't have a good efficiency rating at all. They're horrible. Their efficiency rating is like 85% at 20 microns, and like 92% at 30 microns. It's not good at all. It's bad. So, hey, how we doing, J-Dub? How we doing, man? Do we need an adapter or something for the? No, you don't. So the only one you would need an adapter for, I can kind of show you. Let me show you here. So the one you would need an adapter for is like the Mobile One. I think it's a 301A, the 301. Let me see here. So here's an example, because I bought out the rest of the Fram Endurances. So here's an FL400S I used to run, but you know, I found out they were actually really horrible filters years ago. But here is the difference. A little bit taller. So this Fram Endurance filter is comparable to the same size as the M1 209A filter. Those the Mobile One filters are good at 99% efficiency rating at 30 microns. It's a really good high flowing oil filter. The Frame Endurances and the AMSOIL oil filters were the only ones that would filter at 99%, 20 microns. And they're full wire backed mesh. It's got a supporting steel beam in there, you know, like a bar that holds it together. The pleats don't like mush together. Because the other frame, like Ultra and all them, they're fucking trash. Those things are junk. But the endurance, synthetic endurances, it's insane that they're actually like not even making these anymore. Because I'm telling you what, go to your local Walmart and fucking, if you can find an FE 3600 frame endurance, buy them. Buy them right out. Get as many as you can afford. Because I'm telling you, these fucking oil filters are the best oil filter for the money. The AMSOIL one, even with the discount, is like $15, which is not bad. If you're a preferred customer, it's $15. These are like $12 and change at Walmart, and they're literally the same design. It's a full synthetic media. And what's nice about this oil filter, because it's also got a bigger capacity, you can actually keep this oil filter and change your oil every other time. Well, change this every other oil change, basically, is what I want to say. So you can do your oil at, like, say you do your oil at 3,500 miles or 5,000. This oil filter can stay in there at 10,000 miles until you change it out. It's rated for 25,000. I would never do that. But at 10,000, 100%. And I seriously fucking mean it, because I base that data off. I ran the similar oil filter on our 4Runner. We did a Route 66 strip, and the filter, because you could see the filter pleats, it wasn't encased like this. The filter pleats were all spaced evenly, and it was just like the oil had 5,100 miles on it. We just did Route 66, came back home, I changed the oil, 5,100 miles on it, and literally the fucking filter looked like it could go another 5,000 miles, no fucking problem. Literally, it was just brown. It wasn't dark, black. If it's black, I'd change it. But it was brown, you know, dark, like a darkish brown, like a maple syrup color. The filter looked fucking great. So I'm like, well, fuck. These filters can go 10,000 miles easy just by looking at it. 100%. 10,000 miles, no problem. And I wouldn't hesitate one bit. So, and that's the thing you got to understand. When you go with a bigger oil filter, you're increasing your filtering capacity and efficiency. So now you can automatically go longer anyways, because now you have more filtering availability versus like the stock one, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think of it like that too. Well, with a 209A, let's say Mobile One filters are so expensive though. Mobile One filters aren't expensive. Go to Walmart. They're like 11 something and change, like $11. What are you talking about? They're not expensive. Here, wait, let me type it in. Mobile One 209A or Fram or FE 3600. Those are the filters. If you go to Walmart, the Fram Endurance is $1 more. The Mobile One filter is like 11 and change. It's cheap. If you go and get it from like Advance Auto or somewhere else, yeah, you're gonna pay more money. Go to your local Walmart, you won't be paying that as much. You know what I mean? What tire are you all running for STs, currently and Pirellis? I really like, I mean, obviously they spun in third gear at like 500 plus at the wheels, but the General Tire, if you go on simpletire.com, that's where I got them. It's up to you. I mean, that's where I saved the most money on them. But the General Tire G-Max RS, it's a I think it's ultra high performance summer tire. It's got a really good traction rating. I think it's like 350 or something like that for a traction tread wear rating. So it's really good. It hooked up with low boost E85 on 20 pounds with the G35 900. It hooked up in third gear. You know, so that was good. Didn't spin in third gear at all with 93, obviously, because it's 93. But, you know, if you have a more gradual spooling turbo, it will actually have less chances of spinning as well, because the G35, it was kind of like boom, like that. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't that much lag, but it hit so hard all at once that it allowed my car to spin easier. Plus, I have lighter wheels as well. So if you have like stock wheels or something that's got heavier wheels, like my wheels are Oz Ultra Ligeras. I've had them since 2013, and they literally weigh just under 17 pounds per wheel. So, yeah, $11.97 at Walmart, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not that bad. Like for an oil filter, you're not gonna go wrong either, because the frame endurances are going out. So if you can pick up some FE 3600s, I'd fucking do it. If your Walmart doesn't have them, get the Mobil One 209A oil filter. I mean, it's not bad. It's 11 and change plus tax, so you're probably paying like $12 and 20 or 30 cents. But still, it's still cheap. I mean, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? What is the max wheel horsepower on 93 for a stroker build? It's going to be about the same thing for, well, depends what kind of stroker build. If it's a 2.3, you're still limited on your high pressure fuel pump, your stock one. So you're still limited at 350, well, 360 actually is the limit on the OEM high pressure fuel pump, no matter what engine you have. But say the high pressure fuel pump wasn't a limit, on the 2.0 and 2.3, it's still going to be about 410 with port injection 93 octane, because then you're just, but I think with a 2.4 and 2.5 with port injection, I think you can go like 450 to 480, especially the 2.5, and obviously cams and stuff like that. But that being said, I would never run 93 octane that deep into the 400s, close to 500. Not on these cars. I don't care if it's safe or not. Personally, I just wouldn't do it. I'd rather run port injection. I've done this before, so I used to run port injection with 93, and I just feel like it's not really even worth my time running it through 93 through a port injection setup, unless you just want to run it for cleaning your valves. But I feel like it's just better. Like for my plan for this build, I'm going to run a 350 map for 93, so I can just zip around in if I want to. Then I'm going to run a low boost port injection, because I'm running stock fuel system. And then port injection, I'm going to run a low boost, 20 pound, 20 PSI map. Who knows what horsepower it'll be. It'll be in the 400s for sure. And then E85 as well, but high horse or higher boost map. I'm really only planning to do like 500, 520. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I want to stay with the setup for a while. I want to be reliable. I don't want to worry about it. Yeah, 2.3. I mean, stage 3 cams I ran in my 2.3, and I just wouldn't run 93 that far. Like, you don't want to look at it like running 93 and making 450 is like, oh, cool, but it's cheaper to run E85. You might as well just run an E85 map for high horsepower. It just makes better sense. How it's safer. You have fucking better cooling benefits. It's gonna help a lot of things. You're just better off doing it, you know. But definitely, I recommend the Nostrum pump over the XDI, 100%. So, that's crazy. You're running both port injection and Nostrum. That's insane. See, I just ran, when I was making 560 at the wheels, I just ran 65-pound port injection injectors with straight E85 from the pump, and then OEM stock fuel system otherwise. Like OEM pump, OEM injectors for the direct injection, and obviously the OEM in-tank pump. So, yeah, it was fun. But this setup here, I'm just gonna. I like sticking with the OEM high pressure fuel pump and injectors because it's just, for me, I know it's reliable. I don't have to worry about it. And then if I ever want to revert back to like a stock style tune or something someday or whatever, I can do that. I don't have to worry about it. So that's fine, you know. But that being said, that's what's nice about port injection is you can literally turn it off or on and it just activates under boost. You know what I'm saying? Boost and RPMs. So, what port injection setup are you running, J-Dub? Damn. Oh. Shit. Oops. By the way, also, if you guys have a high mileage Focus ST and you're not like crazy horsepower right now, or if you buy a Focus ST and you want to like clean up the engine carbon and on the, you know, everything, not on the valves, intake valves, but like just clean up the rings and everything. I'm telling you right now, Valvoline Restore and Protect will clean the fucking internals of clean literally everything. It's like a engine flush on steroids times 100, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like, it's fucking, it shit works. I run it in my Camry, and I did the valve cover gasket on it. I took it out, the valve cover, cleaned it up, and I just looked at everything. It's like there's no brown. Like it's just a very slight hint of like brown, but there's no buildup or nothing. This shit cleans it right up. This will clean any carbon gunk because you get your the only way you can get any oil like brown discoloration in your, you know, inside your engine is because you run a low quality oil or you don't change your oil enough, like soon enough. That's usually why you get that color. If you're running a synthetic blend, you know, oil, you'll get that color as well. So yeah, this shit here, I'm telling you, if you get if you have a high mileage ST, and when I mean high mileage, I'd say 75,000 plus, run a couple oil changes, 2 or 3 oil changes with this stuff here, and then go to either AMSOIL. AMSOIL has a really good ad pack for detergents as well, but I would use this first, clean everything up, because it is cheaper than AMSOIL to run this, and then go to AMSOIL, and then it keeps it clean. You know what I'm saying? So, or if you can't afford AMSOIL and you don't want to become a, you know, preferred customer through me, which is fine, it's no big deal. I highly recommend running Ultra Platinum Pennzoil or even the regular Platinum Pennzoil. Ultra Platinum is more for high performance, big turbo plus. But you can run Platinum on a daily build as well, stock turbo. It's fine, 5W30. And what's nice about Pennzoil Platinum and Ultra Platinum is that the Molly Molly that they use in it. I can't say the whole word because I'll just slur it. So the Molly that they use in it, and the Pennzoil Platinum and Ultra Platinum, is a trinuclear Molly. So what that means is it's the best form of Molly out there. It's really expensive, and it's fucking concentrated. So it's the best form of Molly, which is an anti-wear additive, and also a fucking so basically, so say a normal like Redline, for example, I think they use like what 80 to 100 parts per million of regular Molly, where for the trinuclear Molly, and the Pennzoil Platinum and Ultra Platinum, it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more in Ultra. They have a little bit more, but in the regular Platinum, I think it's like 30 parts per million. But you got to figure the trinuclear Molly is actually double or triple compared to regular Molly, which is nice. Honestly, I got the speed performance one. Honestly, I was not going to run both part and everything for dirt cheap and set up for 1800. That's insane. What port injection setup is it? Like what controller? What controller is it? A speed performance controller as well, or so it's probably that reflex or whatever the hell it is. Let's see here. Boom. All right. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, drop a like. We got 12 likes. See if we can get to 15. That'd be pretty badass. Yeah, that's a weird experience with kit. Oh, there's nothing wrong with a split second controller. I don't know why people say the split second controller is dog shit. It's been proven for so long. It's an old technology, but it's fucking been proven. I mean, I had a split second controller, and honestly, I'd go back to it anytime. I love the split second controller. I never had problems with mine at all, ever. And I know people that ran like Dakota Gain. He ran probably 100,000 miles with his. I don't think he's had one problem. So some people have problems with them, and some people don't. I think it just depends if you drive it daily and drive through rain, and maybe the moisture from the rain goes through and gets moisture on it. Maybe that's probably why. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I love split second controllers because they're so fucking easy to use. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just it's so easy. I'm so used to it. I don't really want to switch. I have the stratified plug and play harness and controller, but it's like now I gotta use some sort of software that I've never fucking even used ever before. And I'm not familiar with it. And it's like, how long is this controller gonna last and this and that? Like, oh, speaking of which, so if anybody is wanting to buy a port injection kit, Elliott Specialized Performance has 3 more kits available with a split second controller that is brand new. So, and his kits are the cheapest port injection kits out there. I think he sells them for $1,000 with the 65-pound injectors. Personally, the 65s are nice and plenty. They're going to provide plenty, but I would go with the 90-pound injectors as an option, because it's going to be better for E85. After doing some research, I've realized, yeah, the 65 can handle, the 65 pounders can handle E85, but it's better to go a step up in 90-pound injectors because then you have more headroom. It's actually the 90-pound injectors they can actually handle E85 better. And speaking of that, I actually have I have an extra set of 90-pound injectors that are Bosch, brand new. So if anybody's interested, I'm going to let them go for cheap. Like I paid $380 for them, brand new. They're Bosch 90-pound, or 1000 cc. If you want to convert it, it's 1000 cc. Okay. 90-pound injectors. I got a set of brand new ones right here. They're fucking brand new. So, brand new right there. These are brand new. So these will fit the fucking radium fuel rail. They're just an extra set that I had. So it's a spare set. So, but if anybody's interested, I got 4 of them right here, brand new. I'll let them go for $280, with shipping. $280 shipped, I think, is a pretty good deal. You know, so they're 90-pound injectors. I mean, they're good for E85. Like, these are literally really good for E85. I mean, it's really nice. You know what I mean? So, the only thing I did with them is I oiled up the O-rings to kind of, I always like to do that. That way they're lubricated. They don't dry up. So, because I was gonna put them in. I actually had them installed on my fuel rail, on my other fuel rail, and then I took them out, and then I had swapped the other ones into my intake manifold that I bought for that fuel rail, and so I have these as a spare. So I'm gonna get rid of them. So if anybody wants them, I mean, for $280 or make an offer, whatever. If you wanna, if you wanna make an offer, go ahead. But yeah, I also got an E85 content sensor for $300. Hell yeah. Huh. I don't know if I'd install the watt box personally, because that kind of just like puts a lot of wear and tear on the valves and shit. And, these cars, these cylinder heads already have problems with cracking. And when you're just doing the fucking revving your shit up, and you're building heat on the exhaust side, and it's not good for your valves. For one, you can crack a valve. And then when you're putting heat and fire through there, I mean, that's just not good for the cylinder head. I mean, you're going to crack your cylinder head even quicker doing that. So, the thing is, for me, is like, I like to provide the information for you guys and the knowledge for you guys to understand, like, what you need to do to make it more reliable. And when you go and doing, a watt box and all that, it's like, it kind of goes against that whole thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it might be fun, but it's like, it ain't fun fucking replacing cylinder heads every 30,000 miles. I can tell you that, or less. That don't matter. The valve train, it doesn't matter. It's the cylinder head. The exhaust side cracks because of the coolant jackets on the 2.0 cylinder head. Okay, I'll give you an example. So that black Dark Knight ST that I rebuilt, he had the kid that had it before, he cracked 2 cylinder heads within 8,000 miles. The first engine was 100, I think it had 150,000 miles on it, 151. They swapped it to another engine. They swapped the turbo first. They thought it was a turbo. It wasn't the turbo. It was a cracked cylinder head. They swapped the whole engine along the block to a 48,000 mile engine. He put like 2,000 miles on it, or no, I think he put like 3,000 or something like that, because it had 154 when I bought it. So yeah, he put he put 4,000 miles on that. And so 48,000 mile engine, he puts 4,000 miles on it, and he cracks another cylinder head. And the reason is why he cracked both of them is because, especially the second one, being lower mileage, the reason why is because he was tuned. He didn't have an upgraded intercooler, and he didn't have an upgraded downpipe. An upgraded downpipe is going to alleviate the back pressure. Okay, so it's going to alleviate back pressure. So back pressure creates heat. Okay, so when you're tuned, you're creating more heat in back pressure because it's a stock turbo, all that. So that stock turbo is very restrictive. And then when you add on the downpipe, the factory downpipe, that's very restrictive. A lot of back pressure. So all that heat is getting combusted, like literally just sticking around in the cylinder head, and it's creating more higher EGTs basically. And then you add the fact that now he's got an OEM intercooler, factory intercooler, and you're allowing 160-degree air coming in, and now that air is going to get hotter coming out, obviously, but it's even more hot because the air coming in is hot as well. So it's worse. It's like a double fucking basically for a cylinder head for our cars. Like it's literally getting pounded without Vaseline on both ends. It's pretty bad. Like, and that's why he cracked the cylinder head. It's insane. Okay, so no, yeah. Why is the nostril pump not talked about at all? Well, the XDI is literally probably because people just don't fucking know as much about it like I do or certain people do. But I can tell you right now, I met with the Nostrum guys, the engineers, great people. They have a lifetime warranty, okay? Lifetime, I think it's limited lifetime. The fucking XDI pumps don't have, I think, what, 1 year warranty or 90-day warranty. And I've seen failures on the XDI pumps. I have not seen a failure on a Nostrum pump yet. I've heard of people having failures and problems with the XDI stuff. As far as the pumps go, the injectors, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Nostrum pumps and their injectors. They showed me a chart of the injectors. I mean, there's a video on it. If you go scroll down to my video playlist, you'll see I was at the Drag Strip Summit Raceway. It's in there. I talked to the Nostrum guys, and you'll have to like scroll probably 5 minutes into the video. But I go right to their tent at Summit Raceway at the drag race event. Talk to them. They show me everything. They're really nice people. But the stuff's just higher quality. It's built better, higher quality. It's probably just not pushed as hard. You know what I mean? It takes money to push stuff like that. You know, and XDI obviously is just more well known because they've been around longer. But the Nostrum stuff is a little bit newer. It's a newer company, but they've been around well known enough that now people are kind of catching on. Okay, they make pumps for the Z06s, Corvettes, and stuff like that as well. They don't just do the ST and RS. They do the Mustangs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, they have more. I feel like talking to Nostrum, their engineers, they have more like scientific knowledge about the whole deal versus anyone else. Like they don't actually go by CCs. Like their injectors, they don't do it by CCs. They go by like, I think, gallons per minute, and just the way the pattern is at a certain PSI and shit like that. They don't really measure by CCs like everyone else does. There's more of a science behind it for them, and that's pretty cool, honestly. But their injectors are fucking like top quality. Honestly, like if I weren't running port injection, I would definitely get the Nostrum stuff. But I just don't want to do it. It is whatever. And I think for the 2013, I can't run a Nostrum pump anyway, because for some reason, I don't know. I'd have to find out, but I'm pretty sure it's because the ECU on the 13 and even the 14, because they're different than the 2015 Plus. They're more compatible with the 2015 Plus versus the 2013 and 14 pre-facelift, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I mean, I think as time goes on, it'll be more compatible, but yeah. I mean, another good way to clean your valves, if you don't want to run port injection, is run water methanol injection. That's how I did it for the first time. Cleaning my valves, I ran water methanol. So in 2015, when I went big turbo for the first time, I put water meth on it. So I did 5W50 oil, But also, this is what I was trying to do. This is what I had in my mind when I went big turbo for the first time. I was trying to think of what could I do to prevent my engine from failing, like and promote longevity. So I went with a thicker oil to allow for better, protection with a higher, thicker film strength. 50 weight oils made for higher performance. That's what it was made for. And then also, what can I do to keep the engine cooler and prevent knock and just fucking prevent problems, and also how can I clean the intake valves? So I got water meth injection. I put a throttle body spacer from Boomba on the throttle body. I think it was a 500. No, I ran a 250cc AEM nozzle injector on the throttle body spacer, and I ran a 500cc. So I had it teed off. I ran a 500cc on the cold charge pipe. I had a bung welded on, and because back then I had the Cobb intercooler kit still, overpriced. So yeah, I ran a split injector design, thinking I would maximize for both benefits. Atomizing, so farther away from the throttle body in the cold pipe is better for atomization. Closer to the throttle body on the throttle body spacer is better for fuel and like preventing knock and like this a fuel additive, like it raises your octane. So say you're relying on 93 octane and you get a bad batch of 93 and it's like 91 or something, and you'll get knock on your tune because it's tuned for 93. Well, if you're running water meth, even with a 250cc nozzle and you're not even tuned for it, it'll add just enough extra fueling to where you're not going to run too rich, but it's going to add that little extra buffer of octane to where you won't knock and cause problems and shit like that for your engine. So it's pretty awesome stuff. I mean, water methanol is awesome. Boomba or Turbo Smart blow valve? I've ran the Boomba one. It's really loud. Personally, I'd run Turbo Smart. I like Turbo Smart. That being said, I'll be honest with you, Kat, you're better off. I mean, you're gonna spend more money, but you're also, if you do it the way I tell you to, like I said with the CV Fab intercooler, you're gonna bulletproof your setup for future modding for higher horsepower. If you go with, say, a CV Fab cold pipe, right? For example, a cold pipe with a tile flange, and then either get a tile blow-off valve, which is honestly too quiet. They actually sell them. CV Fab sells the Turbo Smart Gen 5 blow-off valve, the race port, the one I have. They sell those with the charge pipe. If you get it separately from the intercooler, you can get it, and it'll have the tile flange, the female end, where it adapts to the tile flange, so you have options. And then that's just the way to go. And I mean, trust me, I've done it. I've ran through these setups. The Turbo Smart Gen 5 blow-off valve is the best blow-off valve out there. It's 50 millimeter. It flows a lot. I mean, and the thing is, it's not going to be too much for what you have now, but you'll be ready to go when you go higher horsepower. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to buy a Turbo Smart compact blow-off valve 50/50 for your KO3 and then spend another, you're spending like what, $200, $300 on that. And then you got to turn around when you go big turbo, you got to get an external blow-off valve anyways and put on your charge pipe. So you might as well do it right off, unless you don't have the money. I mean, I don't know what your financial situation is, but if you don't have the money to do it, then honestly, I wouldn't even do the blow-off valve upgrade. I wouldn't even do it on the KO3. It's not even worth it. On the KO3, doing it on that, like the bypass valve upgrade, it's not worth it. But if you want to future proof your build, then do it the way I told you. Do it that way. I need that tile flange from CV. Yeah. Well, if you need just a flange, then you can get it from like eBay or something. But if you want to get the cold pipe, and from what Dakota Gain actually told me, I've never tested out the CV Fab hot pipe, but he says it's the best fitting CV Fab. The hot pipe is the best fitting hot pipe he's ever seen. Like it actually lines up perfectly for your big turbo, and it's like it's just angled perfectly. Because I tested the 3P hot pipe, and it is horrible. It didn't work out good at all. Like if you had a precision next gen, what are you talking about? Wait, what? Just curious. This might be a dumb question. Nah, there's no dumb question. But what would happen if you just used no blow-off valve and wanted a compressor surge? Obviously, I'm going to run one, but just curious what would happen. Well, it's not good for your turbo. If you have a turbo that has anti-surge compressor housing, it's gonna help with turbo, like it's anti-surge, which means it's gonna help prevent surge, but it's still not good to do it. You know what I mean? Like it still puts stress on you. So what happens is your boost pressure backflows onto your turbo on your compressor wheel, and it'll allow it to kind of run. I think it allows it to run backwards the opposite way, and it surges it. You know, it basically surges it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not good for your bearings, your compressor wheel. It's not supposed to do that, especially with that high flow. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. Like, imagine if that did that to your cylinder head. You know what I mean? Like backflowing into your cylinder head. Essentially, back pressure, like the meaning of back pressure is a restriction in the system. So essentially, it creates more heat, which would be for your cylinder head, and that's what would cause your cylinder head to crack it faster. For your turbo, it's going to allow your turbo to not last as long because you're surging it. So, you know, obviously the two are kind of, you know, they're different, but same concept, kind of. It's surging backwards. Um, Basically, back pressure just allows the air to not flow as good, so it's holding onto it, staying back. You know, back pressure. You know, that's what it is. I meant cold pipe. Yes, I'll have to look into the hot. Yeah, Bradley Beck. There's a link. If you see, it says cvfab.com. Use code BB5. The link right there. If you click on it, it has a whole web page for all the Focus SD stuff on CVFab. So you got your intercooler, and then you got your downpipe option, which is only $200 for the catless one, and I think it's like $190. What's really nice about the downpipe from CVFab also is they include you have the option for a bracket, upgraded bracket, but also you get a fucking free gasket, you get bolts, and then you get you get a defouler for free. They include a defouler that has an automatic, like you don't have to adjust the insert. It has an insert already installed, pre-installed. You don't have to even touch it. So they obviously done some research on which insert works the best, and they just had one that you don't have to mess with. So that's pretty cool as well. Is there a blow-off valve for these that have similar sound to Surge? Hate how the aftermarket blow-off valve sounds. Well, yeah, but have you listened? Like, have you actually listened to a Gen 5 blow-off valve though? Like the Turbo Smart Gen 5. I'm telling you, it sounds to me it sounds the best. Um, it's not too obnoxious. Sounds good. I feel like. Um, yeah, but you don't want to really. I mean, yeah, you could do that, but you could do that with the Turbo Smart as well. The tile is just too quiet. You know what I mean? I feel like the tiles is it's just too quiet. It's like it goes shh, you know what I mean? Where the Turbo Smart Gen 5 goes shh, you know what I mean? It's got more of a robust sound to it. You know what I mean? It's got a little bit more aggressive sound, but it's not too loud. It's not obnoxious, but it's more aggressive sounding. It's similar pitch, but it's more aggressive at doing it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and what's funny is both of them are 50 millimeter, but the Turbo Smart has just got a better design. And not only that, it's better. like on the Turbo Smarts, even on the wastegate, you got to get the spring kit for it. So if you get the blow off valve, you got to get the spring kit because it doesn't come with the spring that you need with the Turbo Smart, and the same as I think with the tile as well. But you need the purple spring for the Turbo Smart. Thing on the tile with a tighter spring. Yeah, I mean you could do that, but I mean I don't know. I'll have to go. I mean, I might have a video for you to check out. I do have some videos of my Gen 5. Let me see if I can pull a good one up for you. Let me see here. Interior. Oh, yeah, wait. Here, hold on. Here, I'll give you a sound clip of like low boost E85. You might be able to hear it. Here, let's see here. Interior sound. You want interior, I'm sure. Because I had the Gen 5 blow-off valve on that setup. Let's see here. Interior shot. What's this? What the fuck? Okay. Okay, what's this one? Pew, what's this? Oh. Let's see, crazy launch. Here it is. This might be a good one here. Let me see here. Can I hear this? Let me hear it. I want to hear it first. Let me hear this. Yeah, there you go, right there. Here's a good one. Here, listen to this. And my blow-off valve was on the hot pipe, so you gotta remember that. Mine was on the hot pipe too. But here you go. Here, that's a good video. Watch it all the way to the end because on the it actually has a really good. You can actually hear it really good on the end. Here's a good one. So, Turbo Smart. Here. Actually, here's the link. Right there. Gen 5. Oops. There's the link right there. Gen 5 blow-off valve sound. Where's the up arrow? Right there. Boom. Right there. So that's low boost. That was my G35 900 on low boost. 20 pounds of boost. That's it. It was insane. But watch it. You'll see the end one. It's a little bit better. You'll see toward the end. Like you'll see the miles per hour one. Wait until the end of it, and the end of the pole, you'll see. You'll hear it. It will. I mean, it's really nice. It's really nice sounding. You can probably hear it through the phone. It's really, and in person, it's even better. This is just a fucking video, okay? In person, it's, especially with the windows down, oh my God. I mean, it sounds fucking great, I think. And the thing is, it's an amazing blow-off valve. You know what I mean? It does not, in person, it's even better, okay? Trust me, I wouldn't steer you fucking wrong, okay? I mean, I've tested the Boomba one, which is the loudest fucking blow-off valve out there, far as like a stock replacement goes. But they don't last long. I didn't have problems with mine, but they don't last long from what I hear. You know, if you're gonna do it and do it right, get the fucking Turbo Smart Gen 5, purple spring. If you want to have the fucking compressor surge thing, then just go with a stiffer spring. You know. But you're still going to want to get the spring kit, which is like $30. It's separate. It sucks, but it's $30. You can get it anywhere. Just Google it. But it comes with, what's nice about the Turbo Smart is it comes with that collar. When you loosen it up with your spanner wrench, you loosen it up and it just pops right out. The tile one, you gotta literally push down on it and feed every fucking bolt in it, and you gotta worry about stripping that first bolt while holding it down. So you literally have to have 2 people doing it because it sucks doing it by yourself. You gotta push it down and thread that first one in. Well, you can strip the threads right out easily on the tile. You're not gonna have that problem on the Turbo Smart. You literally just push down and start spinning the collar on. I mean, it's fucking easy. And then you just snug it tight and you're done. I mean, to me, that's a win-win right there. But the fact that it sounds good, even better. You know what I mean? It'll be the last blow-off valve that you'll ever need because you just future-proofed your setup even more. So that blow-off valve will be good for fucking 1,000 wheel horsepower. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good blow-off valve. You know what I mean? It's top notch. It's made in Australia. You know, so they're really good at, you know, high performance shit there. Am I fucking lagging? What the fuck? Oh no, I'm not lagging. I just had it paused. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, we're good. But trust me, it sounds better in person. I don't know if I have another video of it. Let me see if I have one more video of that blow-off valve. Let me see. Would I have another one? Maybe. Let me think. That 2021 version. Did I have that? Let me think here. I might have another one with a different horsepower package. Let me see here. Let's see here. 7163. Boom, boom. Let me see here. Something different. I can probably show you one with my. Oh wait. Let me see here. I'm trying to find one that has the 7163 on it, but with the Turbo Smart blow-off valve. See, this one was a tile. The tile is too quiet. Like here, I'll show you what the tile sounds like. This is a tile right here. Okay, this is the tile one. So this is a tile on a cold pipe. So here's tile. Here's tile. There's a tile one. That was when I was stock engine too, but it don't matter. That's a tile blow-off valve. Okay, so you'll see what I mean. Like, it's like non-existent. You know what I mean? It sounds like a fucking fart. It's nothing. Yeah, shorts, probably under shorts. What's this one here? I can't really hear on that one. That's hauling ass there. I guess you could hear a little bit, but the wind was really loud. What is this one? fuck. Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, here's another good one. This is another Turbo Smart one right here. So Turbo Smart blow-off valve. This is, here it is. Here's another one right here. That's another good one right there. So, yeah. Yeah, you can really hear it on that second one I did. You can really hear the blow-off valve really good on that second pull. You hear it. I mean, it's fucking, you can just hear it, man. It's so aggressive sounding. I mean, it hits you, man. I just think it's the best blow-off valve out there, honestly. But it just fucking, it's awesome. It's a good blow-off valve. And you can get it right at CV Fab. Now, they don't provide, the discount code works for CV Fab products only. It won't work with the blow-off valve, but you're still saving quite a bit of money. Like, the only way I think you can do it, I don't know if you can get the intercooler with the piping and the blow-off valve. I think you have to get the intercooler separate. You can buy it all in one, but you'd have to get the intercooler, select that one, and then get the charge pipe kit for hot and cold, and then add the tile flange with the Gen 5 race port blow-off valve. It'll be in that kit. So you save money doing that. And then obviously with the discount code, with my code, obviously it supports me, because why would you want to support someone else, right? Because you subscribed here, and we help each other out, right? One hand washes the other, I guess. That's what, if you want to say that. So, but yeah, so, but I do greatly appreciate it. So yeah. And yeah, so let's see, how long we've been on? We'll get off here in 7 minutes. I'm gonna get off. I'll probably get off here, leave it at 3 hours even. So if anybody has any last minute questions, we'll get off here in 7 minutes, and I think that was a good stream. You guys are awesome tonight. Fucking 14 likes. We almost got 15 likes. That's awesome. If we get some more likes, that's awesome. If not, hey, that's okay. I'm not gonna be greedy about it. But we got 14 likes, and 85 views. That's pretty good, for a live stream. Just a normal live stream, Thank you guys for spending your Friday night, with me. You didn't have to. I always appreciate it. Like, all your guys' support, whether it's CV Fab, whether it's the upgraded Purge lines, and like I said, I do have 2 Purge lines left. And I have multiple fuel lines for the high pressure fuel pump left. So if you guys want the fuel lines, so the upgraded Purge line with the fuel line is $350. You save $20 more for the group buy. So the Purge lines are normally $260 shipped with priority shipping, and we provide tracking. And the fuel lines are $110. But if you combo it, you're saving another extra $20 because now it's $350 shipped. That's it. And it's just, and it's NHRA fittings and shit like that. So, quick question: do you think it was worth it for my 2017 RS 269? Wait, what? Do you think it was worth it for my? Depends like what the knock was all about. I appreciate the hearts, you guys, in the chat. Blowing up the hearts, man. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much. Trust me, my appreciation, I don't care if I have 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, or even 1,000,000, which will never happen. I'm never going to reach, I don't even think I'll reach 100,000. I don't know. It'll be a long time until I hit 100,000. But either way, like, the thing is, I'll never change. I'll stay the same. I'm not going to change it because of YouTube fame and all that. I really don't even want to be famous, honestly. Rod knock, yeah, it probably is. Knocking for, oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to tell you right now, the Focus RS is well known. Like, the first thing to go on an RS is a rod because the torque is so quick on those. Like, it has so much torque on the low end. The best thing to do for an RS, like almost instantly, is going to a bigger turbo. Like, go to NX2 Precision Turbo or something like that. Like, that's like one of the first things you should do, other than an intercooler, of course. That way there you kind of move your power band to the right. So, because torque down low at 3,000 RPMs, 400 foot-pounds of torque, yeah, you're going to destroy a fucking rod. You know what I mean? Wait, what color spring should, oh, sorry, what color spring should I be running on my tile? That's my last question. Let me check here. Let me check. Sorry about that. Let me check quickly here. I'll check. Where's Google here? Oh, I got Google right here. Sorry. Okay, so tile, I'll tell you, tile, blow-off valve, spring chart. So hold on a second. So the tile blow-off valve spring chart is going to be, you're going to want to run the fucking white, wait. No, the black spring. The black spring is what the -7. The black spring is the one you want because it's rated for -7 to -8 to -13. Yeah, you want the black spring. The white spring would be too stiff. You want the black one. So, yep, black spring for the blow-off valve for the tile. So, yeah. I was gonna swap the SC to ST, but I saw better chassis. Yeah. Yeah. 2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. So yeah. So, but yeah, all your guys' support for the Purge lines, the CV Fab code. You know, you guys being channel members. Shout out to all the channel members out there. I think we have like 10 of them. All your guys' support obviously does help provide me with this build, or not this engine, but the build. What we're doing, like, we're doing something that no one else has ever done on an ST, like a 2.4 stroker, a 4-port EcoBoost cylinder head, a MZR Cork Sport manifold, stainless steel manifold, with a fucking custom Sidewinder with a precision turbo, billet JMF intake manifold. By the way, first time ever, because of you guys supporting me, first time ever upgrading my intake manifold. I'm running a custom. Hey, you guys haven't seen this, have you? Have you seen this yet? Oh shit. Oops. Check this out. Laser etched WhiteBlurrst on the fuel rail, and I had them do blue on the fuel rail. That was $100 extra. Anodized fucking black. I got some special fittings that are quick connect for the OEM connectors I can use. So I changed things up a little bit because they don't come with these ones. What's also unique about it, other than this right here, is I was able to utilize my shorty injectors, which I have an extra set of. So if anybody's interested, if anyone is interested in an upgraded Purge line or anything, you got to email me or Facebook message me. My Facebook is WhiteBlurrst. Email me or you want to email me if you're interested. It's WhiteBlurrst, all in one, lowercase, with 2 R's. WhiteBlurrst@gmail.com. So that's if you're interested or you've had any questions or whatever. But this right here, I would have never gotten this if it wasn't for you guys. You know what I mean? I mean, this is literally fucking amazing. So, and I was able to utilize my short injectors that were off my radium. I sent the brackets and the injectors. Oh no, sorry. I sent the injectors to JM manifolds or JMF. Sorry, JMF, and they made custom brackets. And now that's going to be nice because for people that want to buy this intake manifold that have a radium fuel rail can just put their injectors on this and not have to worry about buying the 48 millimeter injectors. So that's pretty nice as well. So yeah, the intake manifold is dirty, but yeah, it's something else. That's for sure. It's definitely nice. I kind of overdid it on this one. I definitely overdid it on this one. Like, yeah, it's gonna be off from work. Thanks for the info about the ball valve filter. No problem, man. Have a good night. I got you with the likes, man. You deserve it. Hey, appreciate it. You guys have a good night. We're gonna call it right there. I'll call it here in 30 seconds. Whether it's an even number. We'll call it at 3:03. We're 3 minutes past, but that's okay. But I appreciate it, guys. I love you all. Your guys' support doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate everything. You know, I might sound like a broken record, but I really do. And appreciate you guys a lot. So yeah. Have a good night, guys. Have a good weekend.